Good morning. Now we will start about the integumentary systems. Okay. So first, let's discuss about what will be the learning objective of the integumentary system. So know the integumentary system and the role it play in the homeostasis. So you can understand about the role and how it important for the to maintain the homeostasis. You can understand the layer of the skin and function of the each layer. You can assess the structure of the skin and function of each. You can know the changes that occur in the integumentary system during the aging process. Okay, and you can discuss the several common disease, disorder, and the injuries that affect the integumentary system. So, integumentary system means those systems in which we can talk about the skin structure and functions. Okay, so these will be the learning objectives. Now, outcome will be after studying this topic, you will be able to describe the integumentary system and the role like it plays in the to keep the vital organ proper functioning. You can describe the different layer of the and skin and their function. You can describe the changes that occur in the integumentary system, as well as there's lots of the disease. So you can understand these all the terms and the treatment process of the some common disorders and injuries of the integumentary system. Now let's start the integumentary system. The integumentary in means insides and tegis means to cover. So integumentary system is composed of the skin, hair, oils and sweat glands, nails and sensory receptor will be also there. So integumentary system help maintain a constant body temperature, protect the body and provide the sensory information about the surrounding environments. We can understand these things very easily, okay? Because when a raindrop is just poured on the hands or someone touch us, we can feel the sense. We can feel it. We can sense it. Okay. Also, our skin is protecting the body from the external environment because skin are exposed to the external environment and the microorganisms present in the environment or any type of the invaders. So such all the things, the skin is protected to us. Of all the body's organ, none is more easily inspected or more exposed to the infection, disease, and injury than the skin. So we know skin is the exposed organ. Okay, so it is more chances to get the infected. Because of its visibility, skin reflect our emotions. Okay, we can see the skin. Okay, so skin is also having a property that can reflect our emotions like the frowning and blushing. Okay, and some aspect of the normal physiology like the sweating will be also we can see. It form a barrier that helps to prevent harmful microorganisms and chemicals from entering the body, and it also prevent the loss of life sustaining body fluids. और स्किन हमारी जो स्किन है हमारी जो बॉडी के ऊपर एक कवर है स्किन है ये हमें हेल्प करती है और कैसे प्रिवेंट करती है क्या चीज़ों को हार्मफुल माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म को बॉडी में इंटर करने से ओके द माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म कैन कम एंड जस्ट they want to penetrate inside the body but skin protect us. So any type of the microorganism or any type of the chemicals cannot enter directly from the skin, and it also prevent the water loss from the body. So body से जो water loss हो सकते हैं evaporate हो सकते हैं, so it is not possible due to the skin. It protects the vital structure inside the body from injury and from the potential damaging ultraviolet rays of the sun. Okay, so skin is also protected the vital structure, and it will also protecting us from the ultraviolet rays of the sun because ultraviolet rays sun is directly exposing on the body and skin is absorbing them, reflecting them. So skin protect us from the that damage. It also help to regulate the body temperature, excrete some waste product, and as an important sensory organ. Like in the summer, in the hot weather, when the body temperature is goes to increase, then the body will release to sweat by the sweating glands. So it will decrease the temperature. So this way it can help to regulate the body temperature. Both delicate and resilient, Skin will be resilient, skin will be delicate, and it constantly sorry, and it constantly renew itself and has a remarkable ability to repair itself after the injury, not only to protection, but it also but it can repair themselves very easily and very remarkably. Now see the structure of the skin. The skin, also known as the cutaneous member or integument, cover the external surface of the body and is the largest organ of the body in both surface area and weight. If you can weight, if you can see, then you can understand skin is the largest organ of the body in both terms, surface area as well as the weight, and it will cover the external surface of the body. In adult, बड़ों की बात की जाए, skin will cover area of about 2 square meter, that means 22 square feet. Okay, so it's a 2 square meter and weight in 4.5 to 5 kg, about 16% of the total body weight, and it ranges in the thickness from 0.5 mm on the eyelids to the 4 mm on the heels. If you see the skin variability, then you can understand जो स्किन होती है वो हमारी बॉडी का कितना एरिया कवर करती है, 2 स्क्वायर मीटर्स, वेट कितना है 4.5 to 5 kg. It also ranges the thickness, it having the vary in the thickness. The thickness can be start from 0.5 mm, a very thin, like the eyelids, okay, 0.5 mm, or it can goes to the 4 mm, like the thickness of the hill, जो हमारे एल skins होती हैं. So, however, over most of the body, it is 1 to 2 mm thick. And if you're talking about the average, then average you can say the thickness of the skin is 1 to 2 mm. Okay, otherwise it can go very thin 0.5 mm and it can go very thick 4 mm. So structurally the skin will consist the two main parts. The superficial thin portion, which is composed of the epithelial tissue, that will be called the epidermis. Epi means above. The deeper thicker connective tissue portion is the dermis. Okay, so if you see if you can classify, if you can describe the skin structurally, you can divide it into two main parts, epidermis and dermis. Those parts whose are on the superficial, that will be called the epidermis, and those who are deeper, it will be called the dermis. Deep to dermis but not part of the skin is the subcutaneous layer, also called the hypodermis. डीप टू डर्मिस, डर्मिस के नीचे एक थर्ड लेयर भी आप इसे कह सकते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड द हाइपोडर्मिस, दैट इज द सबक्यूटेनियस लेयर. दिस लेयर कंसिस्ट ऑफ द एरियोलर एंड एडिपोज टिश्यू. इसमें एरियोलर टिश्यू और एडिपोज टिश्यू प्रेजेंट होंगे. Fibers that extend from the dermis anchor the skin into the subcutaneous layer. वो फाइबर्स जो डर्मिस से एक्सटेंड होते हैं, डर्मिस से निकले हुए होते हैं, एंकर द स्किन टू द सबक्यूटेनियस लेयर. स्किन को किससे एंकर करके रखते हैं? सबक्यूटेनियस लेयर से, which in turn attaches to the underlying fascia and the connective tissue around the muscles and bones. So it will attach to the underlying tissues and muscles. The subcutaneous layer serves as a storage depot for fat and contains the large blood vessels that supply the skin. सबक्यूटेनियस लेयर जो होती है, जो डीप टू डर्मिस होती है, डर्मिस के बाद होती है, but it is not a part of the skin. It serves as a storage for the fat and also contains the blood vessels and that will supply the skin. This region also contains the nerve ending called the Pacinian corpuscles that are sensitive to the pressure. So ये जो sorry, not epidermis, dermis, it will be the hypodermis or a subcutaneous. So this subcutaneous layer, this hypodermis region also contain the nerve ending that will be called the Pacinian, which can feel the pressure, which are sensitive for the pressure. You can see here the structure of the skin. There is the hair shaft, free nerve endings. Then upper portion is the epidermis. You can see upper portion is epidermis. Then below portion is the dermis. The papillary region is there, and the reticular region is there. Then come to the down, you can see there is a subcutaneous layer which contains the blood vessels also. Okay, the vein and artery will be there. Now, if you're talking about the structure of the skin consists of an outer protective layer, epidermis, and an inner living layer, dermis. The top of the layer of epidermis is composed of dead cell containing keratin, the horny proteins that also make up the hair and nails. You will see the top of the epidermis. जो epidermis की जो top की layers होती है, ये composed होती है किसकी? Dead cells की बनी होती है, जिसको हम keratin cells बोलते हैं. These are the major layer of the skin, epidermis, the outer layer of the skin, which is only a few cell thick. It contains the pigment and pores, and its surface is made of dead cells that is set from the body. Dermis की बात की जाए, thick sensitive layer of the skin or connective tissue and beneath the epidermis. Epidermis के नीचे होंगे. Epidermis is composed of the keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. Keratinized होंगे, keratin cells के बने होंगे. Okay, जैसा कि मैंने पहले बताया था, epidermis is the most superficial layer which are composed of the dead cell. Dead cells से बने हैं जिसको हम keratins बोलते हैं. So epidermis is a keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. It consists four principal type of cell. इसमें चार important primary cells present हैं. Keratinocytes जो केराटिन प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, बिकॉज केराटिन डेड सेल्स हैं जिनसे एपिडर्मिस की लेयर बनी हुई है, सो केराटिनोसाइट्स इज इंपॉर्टेंट. सेकंड, मेलानोसाइट्स जो मेलानिन प्रोड्यूस करेंगे. देन लंगरहैंस एंड मार्कर सेल्स. So epidermis is composed, yeah, you can say there are the principally four type of the cell present in the epidermis: keratinocytes, melanocytes, Langerhans cells, and marker cell. Now see what is the keratinocytes. 90% of the cell in the epidermis are keratinocyte. That is the reason it is called keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. जो प्रोड्यूस करते हैं keratinocytes will produced tough fibrous protein that will be called keratin. Keratin क्या है? एक fibrous protein है. This protein is the main structural protein of the epidermis. Epidermis main इसी से बना है, keratin से बने हैं. And it is provide the many of the skin's protective properties. और यही केराटिन है जो स्किन को क्या प्रोवाइड करते हैं? उसकी प्रोटेक्टिव प्रॉपर्टी, एज वी डिस्कस इन द फर्स्ट slide. The different protective role of the skin from, because it is exposed to the external environment, so how it can protect us. So these all properties came from the fibrous protein keratin. The old keratinocytes at the upper surface of the skin is constantly sloughed off. Meanwhile, cell in the lower layer of the epidermis divided continually, producing new keratinocytes to replace those that have sloughed off. Now, these keratinocytes, the upper surfaces of skin, upper surface of the epidermis, okay, जो बनी सबसे ऊपर की जो लेयर है, इसकी जो सेल्स हैं वो क्या होती है? धीरे धीरे स्लफ ऑफ, साफ हो रही है, क्योंकि बिकॉज दीज आर गोइंग टू एज्ड सेल्स. धीरे धीरे ये सेल्स पुरानी हो रही होती हैं, एज्ड हो रही होती हैं, तो ये साफ हो रही होती हैं, हटती रहती हैं, और उसके जगह नीचे से द सेकेंड लेयर ऑफ द एपिडर्मिस विल प्रोड्यूसिंग द न्यू लेयर्स, जो कंटिन्यूसली उसे क्या होती है? रिप्लेस कर रही होती है. सो जो लोअर लेयर है एपिडर्मिस की, दैट विल गोना टू डिवाइडेड कंटिन्यूसली एंड रिप्लेसिंग द स्लफ ऑफ सेल्स. So by the time the cell reaches the upmost layer of the epidermis, they are dead. When they are prepared, when they are dividing, which is okay. But when they are going to replace the uppermost layer of the epidermis, then it becomes the dead cells and completely fit with the keratin proteins. Second will be melanocytes. Melanocyte is scattered among the keratinocytes in the epidermis, are melanocytes. Okay, so these are the scattered among the keratinocytes. जो keratinocytes हैं, that will contain the keratinous proteins in the epidermis. At that location, at that area, these are the scattered, and these are cells that produces a dark pigment called melanin. और ये वो pigment है जो एक these are the those cells who produces a melanin pigments. तो एपिडर्मिस में ही कुछ स्कैटर्ड सेल्स हैं दैट विल बी कॉल्ड द मेलानोसाइट्स, और ये वो सेल हैं जो एक डार्क पिगमेंट प्रोड्यूस करती हैं जिसको मेलानिन बोलते हैं। एंड दिस पिगमेंट गिव्स द कलर टू द स्किन, और यही पिगमेंट होती हैं जो स्किन को क्या प्रोवाइड करती हैं, कलर प्रोवाइड करती हैं। दैट इज द रीजन आवर स्किन इज अ डार्क इन कलर। And it is not only to providing the color, it also protecting them from the ultraviolet rays. So this pigment gives the color to the skin and protect it from the sun ultraviolet rays. Now you understand, now you know melanin are the pigments which gives the skin to its color. You can see some person are the more fair, एकदम गोरे पर्सन, गोरे व्यक्तियों को देखा है ना, उनमें मेलेनिन्स कम होते हैं। एंड यू कैन सी द पर्सन हु आर हैविंग द ब्लैक, उसमें उनमें मेलेनिन बहुत ज्यादा होते हैं। सो as the depend upon the amount or concentration of the melanocytes, these are the variations. Okay, so melanocyte cell, that will be not only the purpose to give the skin color, but it also protect we from the sunlight. Differences in skin color result from differences in the amount of melanin produced, as I told you earlier. The difference in the color will depend upon the how much melanin proteins are present inside your body, and how melanosomes, the packets of melanin, are arranged in the keratinocytes. Melanosomes क्या होते हैं? It's a packet of melanins. Melanins का grouped हो गया. How it arranged in the keratinocytes, कैसे arranged है? So that will gives the skin a color. Now you can see these are the two kids, one having the fair while one having the black. Now you can understand how the melanins are scattered in the black child and how the melanins are scattered in the fair childs. Particularly in the people with light skin, melanin sometimes accumulate in patches, forming the freckles, age spots, or you can say the liver spots. You have seen some fair people who have the light skin, but at their skin there is some patches, some spot like this. That is only due to the melanins are accumulated in some spaces, patches. Okay, so these are only due to the reason that melanins are not scattered, melanins are accumulated. So these are formed like this structure. These are the things. Okay, so now you understand why melanin is important. A type of melanin that is called pheomelanin makes red-headed people more sensitive to the sun. Okay, this is another type of melanin that called the pheomelanins make red-headed people more sensitive to the sun. So if a person having the pheomelanin who are the red-headed, and then you know if there is a not a melanin is properly present in the body, that person is more sensitive to the sun. So these person cannot bear the sun rays, they cannot tolerate the sun rays, they are more sensitive for the sun rays. Now you know we are the peoples who are not fully fair, not fully dark, we can move in the sunlight, we don't have any sensitive like these peoples. These people having the more sensitive toward the sun, the only reason is that they are the lack of melanins. If there is a total lack of melanin, okay, melanin पूरा खत्म हो जाए, then it is a genetic condition that is called the albinism. It is a, you can say it is a disease. टोटल लैक ऑफ मेलानिन, मेलानिन का पूर्ण रूप से खत्म हो जाना, मेलानिन का बॉडी में ना होना, जेनेटिकली कंडीशंस हैं जिसको बोलते हैं एल्बिनिज्म, एंड दीज पीपल आर एक्सट्रीमली सेंसिटिव टू द सन. They have the very light skin, hair, and eyes. Now, third cell is the Langerhans cells. First one was the keratinocytes. Second one was melanocytes. Third one is the Langerhans cells. The epidermis also contains a type of immune cells known as the Langerhans cells. Now, this epidermis cell is also having the immune cell because epidermis cell is exposed to the external environment. So, हो सकता है कि bacteria, microorganisms, infections, skin के direct contact में आते हों. So, yes, immune cell is important in the epidermis. So, that will be called the Langerhans cells. And produced in the bone marrow, Langerhans cells take up a sentry-like position in the epidermis where they help cells of the immune system recognize potentially dangerous microorganisms and chemicals. So that is the importance of the immune cells that will present in the epidermis, and that cell are called the Langerhans cells. And where it is produced? In the bone marrow. And it will take up a sentry-like position in the epidermis. Sentry-like position होते हैं जो guards होते हैं जो चीजों को protect करते हैं, sentry-like positions. Fourth cell is the Merkel cells. That is the another cell in the epidermis, found in sensitive hairless areas. Merkel cells कहाँ पाए जाएंगे? Hairless areas और sensitive areas में हो जाएंगे. As the fingertips, जो हमारे fingertips हैं, fingertips पे आप देखें उस पे hairs नहीं होते हैं, and these are more sensitive. So, located in the deepest layer of the epidermis, Merkel cells contact nerve endings in the dermis below and function as a type of touch receptor. So, Merkel cell that will present in the epidermis, it will present in the deep to the epidermis. Epidermis के deep में होते हैं, and it will contact the nerve ending in the dermis layer because we know in the dermis there is a nerve endings. So yes, this will make a contact with the nerve endings. So it is act as a touch receptor. So you can if you fingertip, if you touch something, you can feel it. So that is the reason of Merkel cells. In most regions of the body, the epidermis has four strata or four layers. If you see the structure of the epidermis, then you can tell these are the four principal type of the cells that is present in the epidermis. And now these are the epidermis has to divided into the four layers. Stratum basal, a first layer. We are going from the deep to superficial. हम डीप से सुपरफिशियल की तरफ आ रहे हैं, नीचे से ऊपर की तरफ जा रहे हैं. ओके अगर आप ऊपर की तरफ से देखोगे, सुपरफिशियल लेयर की तरफ से देखोगे, तो सबसे पहले स्ट्रेटम कॉर्नियम आएगा. द फर्स्ट लेयर इज द स्ट्रेटम कॉर्नियम इफ यू आर गोइंग फ्रॉम टॉप टू बॉटम. नाउ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द डीप टू सुपरफिशियल. सो द फर्स्ट is the basal, that is the base, then spinosum, granulosum, and corneum. This is called the thin skin. Okay, so if there is a four layers of the epidermis, like the stratum basal is there, stratum spinosum is there, stratum granulosum is there, and stratum corneum is there, then it will be called a thin layer. Where exposure to friction is greatest, such as in a fingertips, palms, and soles, the epidermis has five layers. Those area where the exposure, where the friction is higher, स्किन की वो एरिया जहाँ पे फ्रिक्शन, जहाँ पे एक्सपोजर, जहाँ पे टच होने के चांसेस बहुत ज़्यादा होते हैं, जहाँ पे वियर टीयर होने के चांसेस ज़्यादा होते हैं, वहाँ पे 5 लेयर प्रेजेंट होती है. दैट इज कॉल्ड द थिक लेयर. और एक लेयर कौन सी बढ़ जाती है? स्ट्रेटम ल्यूसिडम. Stratum basal will be there, stratum spinosum will be there, granulosum will be there. After granulosum, there is a fourth one that we will call the stratum lucidum, then stratum corneum. Okay, so this is called the thick skin. So what is the difference between thin skin and thick skin? In the thick skin, stratum lucidum will be present. In most region of the body, the epidermis has four strata. Strata is a layer. Okay, four strata. First one is the stratum basal. The deepest layer of the epidermis is the stratum basal. जो deepest layer है किसकी, epidermis की, that will be called the basal, composed of a single row of cuboidal or columnar keratinocyte. It is composed of single row of cuboidal और columnar keratinocyte, जो केराटिन सेल्स होते हैं उनसे बने होंगे स्ट्रेटम बेसल. डीपेस्ट लेयर होंगे एपिडर्मिस के, और कहाँ होंगे, बेस पे होंगे. So that is the reason it is called the stratum basal. Then stratum spinosum, superficial to the basal, basal के ऊपर होगा, so superficial to the basal, that will be spinosum, thorn like structure, arranged in 8 to 10 layer of the many sided keratinocytes fitting closely together, and these keratinocytes have the same organelles as the cell of the stratum basal. ठीक वैसे ही organelles होंगे जो stratum basals में थे. So stratum basal और corneum, stratum basal और stratum spinosum में ज़्यादा difference नहीं है. Stratum basal is a single row, while spinosum is arranged in 8 to 10 layer and just superficial to the basal. Then stratum granulosum. At about the middle of the epidermis, the stratum granulosum granules, little grain-like structure. It will consist 3 to 5 layer of the flattened keratinocytes that are undergoing apoptosis. So after the basal, there is a spinosum. Now it's granulosum, a grains-like structure, just superficial to the spinosum. It will consist 3 to 5 layer of flat keratinocytes that will goes under the apoptosis. Apoptosis is a programmed cell death. There's a two type of the cell death: necrosis and apoptosis. Necrosis is the sudden cell death. That means something happened inside the body, and cell don't know about what is going on, and now the cell is dead. But in the apoptosis, it is a programmed cell death with the planning, with the complete mechanism, complete process, complete plan. Cell are going to dead. Next layer will be the stratum lucidum, that is present in the thick skin. Lucid means clear. It is clearly present only in the thick skin of the area like the fingertips, palms, and soles. It consists 3 to 5 layer of the flattened, clear, dead keratinocytes that contain the large amount of keratin and thickened plasma membranes. That will be stratum lucidum. And the next will be stratum corneum. Stratum corneum, a corn like horn-like structure, horny-like structure, consists of an average 25 to 30 layer of flattened dead keratinocyte. अब stratum corneum सबसे superficial layer है, सबसे top की layer है. तो 25 से 30 लेयर की बनी है ये, किसकी, केराटिनोसाइट्स की, टफ fibrous protein. These cells are continuously set and replaced by the cell from the deeper strata. जो नीचे की जो लेयर है, नीचे की लेयर कौन सी है, स्ट्रेटम ग्रैनुलोसम हो सकती है या फिर स्ट्रेटम ल्यूसिडम हो सकती है. These are going to replace these corneum, and the interior of the cell contains mostly keratins. You can see the structures of the hair of the skin. That is the layer of the epidermis. The stratum corneum is there. On the top, you can see the 4 principal cell types in the epidermis. कौन कौन से 4 प्रिंसिपल सेल्स हैं जो प्रेजेंट है इसमें. सबसे पहला कौन सा था, केराटिनोसाइट्स. द फर्स्ट वन इज अ keratinocytes. You can see in the structure there is a keratinocytes. On the top, dead keratinocytes, and then laminar granulus, and below the laminar granulus you can see the keratinocyte is there. Second, melanocyte. You can see in the bottom there is a melanocyte. Then Langerhans cells is there, and the Merkel cell is there. So these are the 4 principal cells, and then the strata of the epidermis, deep to superficial. So deep is the stratum basal is there, जो base बनाती है. That is a one row of the keratinized cells. After the basal there is a spinosum. After the spinosum there is the granulosum, then lucidum, then corneum. So these are the layer of the epidermis. Now, composed of thin and thick skin. How these thin and thick skin are composed? So you can see there's a first one is the distribution. All parts of the body except the area such as the palm and the palmar surface of digits and soles. Thin thick skin की बात करें, areas such as the palm, palmar surface of digit and sole. So distribution of the thin skin like on all parts of the body except the palmar area. So जो thin skin होती है वो पूरी body में all parts होती है except palmar surface of the digits and soles में नहीं होती है. थिक स्किन में ये इसी एरिया में पाई जाती हैं. एपिडर्मल थिकनेस की बात करें तो थिन स्किन में 0.102.15 तक एपिडर्मल की जो थिकनेस होती है थिन स्किन में, और थिक स्किन में 0.6 to 4.5 तक होती है. एवरेज मैंने बताया था बॉडी की, अगर एवरेज की बात करें तो 1 to 2 एपिडर्मल स्ट्रेटा की बात करें तो स्ट्रेटम ल्यूसिडम इसेंशियली लैकिंग थिनर स्ट्रेटा स्पाइनोसम एंड कॉर्नियम. अगर लेयर की बात करें कि कौन कौन से लेयर होती हैं थिक स्किन में, तो थिन स्किन में ल्यूसिडम नहीं होता है. ओके, सो स्ट्रेटम ल्यूसिडम इज देयर इज अ लैक, बाकी सारे होंगे. थिक स्किन में ल्यूसिडम प्रेजेंट होगा. एपिडर्मल रिजेस की बात करें अगर हम, हाउ इट शोज द रिजेस द लाइनिंग, the lacking due to the poorly developed and fewer and less well organized dermal papillae in the thick skin present due to the well developed of the papillae. Hair follicles and the erector pili muscles present in thick skin, absent in the thick skin. Sebaceous gland present in thick skin, absent in thick skin. Pseudoferous glands, fewer will present in thin skin, or there's a numerous and the several present in the thick skin. Sensory receptor will sparser in thin skin while denser in the thick skin. Dermis. These are the epidermis. ये किसके बारे में थी? एपिडर्मिस के बारे में थी. अब डर्मिस की बात करें तो डर्मिस हैविंग द मेटल ऑफ द कोलेजन, इलास्टिन, पैपिलरी लेयर एंड रेटिकुलर लेयर. Okay, so first one is the collagen. Collagen, elastin, papillary, and reticular. So collagen. The main structural component of the dermis is a protein that will be called a collagen. So dermis किसका बना है? Mainly collagen का बना हुआ है. जो main component है वो dermis का, that is a collagen. And the bundle of collagen molecules packed together throughout the dermis, accounting for 3/4 of the dry weight of the skin. And it is not like it's scattered, it is a form in the bundles. So the bundle of collagens molecules that will pack together throughout the dermis, and it is also responsible for the skin strength. So skin strength is also due to the collagen. Elastin, another protein in the dermis, that is the elastin, main component of the elastic fiber. These protein bundles gives the skin its elasticity. अब स्ट्रेंथ कौन प्रोवाइड कर रहा है? कोलेजन प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं. इलास्टिसिटी कौन प्रोवाइड कर रहा है? इलास्टिन प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं. कोलेजन एंड इलास्टिन आर प्रोड्यूस्ड बाय द सेल कॉल्ड फाइब्रोब्लास्ट, जो डर्मिस में स्कैटर्ड होते हैं, फैले हुए होते हैं. So inside the dermis there is a fibroblast which are scattered, and these fibroblast will produces the collagen that gives the strength, and elastin that gives the elasticity to the cell. Papillary layer will be there. You can see the dermis is divided into reticular layer and papillary layer. The upper part of the dermis का जो upper part है उसको बोलते हैं papillary layer. It is characterized by the dermal papillae, a tiny finger-like projection of tissue that indent into the epidermis above. Papillary जो layers होती हैं, जो upper layer होती हैं dermis की, it having a projection like structure, like the finger-like structure, teeny finger-like structure, and these are indented into the upper layer epidermis. In the thick skin on the palms, like हम thick skins की बात करें, अगर palms की बात करें, soles की बात करें, epidermis conforms to the shape of the underlying dermal papillae, forming the ridges. जो एपिडर्मिस होती हैं, जो नीचे की जो पेपिलरी लेयर्स होती है, जो पेपिलरी लेयर्स होती हैं, दैट हैविंग द प्रोजेक्शन स्ट्रक्चर एंड इट विल गोज इनटू द एपिडर्मिस, और ये एपिडर्मिस में जाती हैं. नाउ एपिडर्मिस विल कन्फर्म देयर शेप्स ऑफ द अंडरलाइंग डर्मल पेपिलाई एंड दे विल फॉर्म रिजेस. घाटियां बनाती हैं ना, जिसको हम फिंगरप्रिंट्स कहते हैं, रिजेस, and the valleys that we know as a fingerprints. These ridges provide the sorry traction that help the people grasp object on surface. What is the use of these fingerprints? These fingerprints is not only for to detect the person identification. The purpose of these fingerprints is to make the uh, ridges in the finger, so you can hold, you can grasp the material. Just you imagine, just to think, if there is a no such type of the ridges in your hand, in your finger, how can you grasp something? How can you hold a glass of water? It is going to slip if there is no ridges, no valleys in your fingerprints. So fingerprints is not only for the identification purpose. Yes, every fingerprints having the unique, every person's having this structure is going to unique. So that is the reason fingerprints also helps to identification a particular person. But the major role, but the important role of this projection, this tiny like structure that is present in the dermis papillary layer, which are projected here into the epidermis, and epidermis giving a shape like the valleys and ridges. So yes, it will help to grasp the object. Okay, because if you know, if there is a these are the plane surface, we cannot grasp anything. Okay. Some dermal papillae contains a touch receptor that we call the mesenteric corpuscles. कुछ जो dermal papillae होती हैं जिसमें touch receptors present होते हैं, that will call the mesenteric corpuscles, and many contains the loops of teeny blood vessel. These are the extensive network of blood vessels in the dermal papillae, plays an important role in the regulation of body temperature also. The blood vessels dilate in the hot environment to help them dissipate the heat, and they constrict to conserve the heat in cold environment. If you goes into the cold environment, you will know you are feeling the cold, and body temperature is going to down. So they will constrict and to conserve the heat in the cold environment, while in the blood vessels going to dilate in the hot weather. So this is called the thermoregulation. Reticular layer, the lower layer of the dermis, that is called the reticular layer. Okay. So here you can see it is made primarily of the coarse collagen and elastic fiber. जो रेटिकुलस लेयर होते हैं ये कोलेजन और इलास्टिक फाइबर्स के ही बने होते हैं. नाउ डर्मिस हैव 4 लेयर्स. कौन कौन से डर्मिस किससे किससे बनी है? 4 चीजों से बनी है. कोलेजन that will provide the strength, elastin that provide the elasticity, and both are produced by the fibroblast. Then papillary layer, which having a tiny projection like structure that is going into the epidermis and form a ridges and valley that gives a fingerprints. And the reticular layer deep to the dermis, and it is also composed of coarse collagen and elastic fiber. The skin appendages such as the glands and hair follicles are often anchored in the reticular layer of the dermis. जो appendages है skins में, जैसे जो glands हैं, जो hair follicles हैं, जो हमारे रुमे हैं, जो hair follicles हैं skins पे, ये कहाँ पे anchored हैं? These are anchored into the reticular layer of the dermis. ये dermis के reticular layer में फंसे हुए हैं, धसे हुए हैं. The reticular layer also contains the several different type of the sensory receptor, like the nerve cell is specialized to detect the various stimuli. You can see there is a various epidermis structures, dermis and hypodermis. When you touch the skin, then you can feel, because due to the presence of the touch receptor present in the deep to the dermis and epidermis. There's a thermoreceptor, sense the heat or cold. There is a mesoid corpuscle, sense a touch receptor that is present in the dermis. Nociceptor sensor pain receptor that is present in the dermis. And Pachynon corpuscles sense that was present in the hypodermis, जो प्रेशर को फील करते हैं. Now, function of the skin. The first function is a thermoregulation. If you're talking about the function of the skin, you will see the first one is the thermoregulation. The skin contributes the thermoregulation in two ways: by liberating the sweat at its surface and by adjusting the flow of blood in dermis. सो बॉडी अगर हमारी हमारी जो स्किन है, अगर वो बॉडी को टेम्परेचर को मेंटेन कर रही है, थर्मो रेगुलेशन का काम कर रही है. थर्मो मीन्स टेम्परेचर, टेम्परेचर को रेगुलेट कर रही है, तो दो तरीके से कर रही है. पहला, बाय रिलीजिंग द स्वेट, पसीने को निकालते हुए. एंड सेकेंड, बाय एडजस्टिंग द फ्लो ऑफ ब्लड इन द डर्मिस. In response to the high environmental temperature or heat produced by the exercise, sweat production from eccrine sweat gland increases, and the evaporation of sweat from the skin surface help to lower the body temperature. When the body temperature, when the higher there's the environmental temperature, जब टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा हो जाता है तो क्या होता है? Then the heat will be produced from the body in the form of the sweat. That will help the body to lower the body temperature. And blood vessel in the dermis of the skin is dilate. और जो blood vessels है dermis में, वो क्या हो रही है? Dilate हो जा रही है. So more blood flow through the dermis, which increases the amount of heat loss from the body. जो बॉडी में जो हमारी हीट लॉस हो रही है वो इसको इंक्रीज करेंगे. Okay, so these are the condition by which the skin can maintain the thermoregulation. It acts as a blood reservoir. The dermis houses an extensive network of the blood vessels. Dermis में बहुत सारे blood vessels present होते हैं that will carry 8 to 10% of the total blood flow in a resting adult. For this reason, the skin act as a blood reservoir. Protection की बात की जाए, we already discussed the skin protect the rest body from the basic elements because the skin are exposed to the external environment. So just wind से, हवा से, water से, UV light से सबसे protect करते हैं. It act as a protective barrier against the water loss. Body से water loss नहीं हो सकता due to the presence of layer of keratin and glycolipid in the stratum corneum. जो keratinized हमारी जो cells हैं जिसमें केराटिन प्रेजेंट है, जो ग्लाइकोलिपिड्स है कॉर्नियम में, उसके कारण वाटर पेनिट्रेट नहीं कर सकते और बाहर नहीं आ सकते. It is also act as the first line defense against the abrasive activity due to the contact with the great microbes or harmful chemicals. It is also act as a first line defense है हमारी, अगर हम किसी माइक्रोब्स या किसी हार्मफुल केमिकल के कांटेक्ट में आते हैं, then skin protect us. The sweat excrete from the sweat glands and deters the microbes from over-colonizing the skin surface by generating the dermicidine, which has antibiotic property. इतना ही नहीं, if there is any microbe on the skin present and that is forming their colonies, so by releasing the sweat from the sweating glands, we can remove that particular microbes colony because the sweat contains the dermicidine. स्वेट में क्या होते हैं, पसीने में क्या होते हैं, डर्मिसिडीन्स होती हैं, और डर्मिसिडीन क्या होती हैं, एंटीबायोटिक प्रॉपर्टी होती हैं. सो अगर हमारे स्किन पे कोई ऐसी जर्म्स हैं, माइक्रोब्स हैं जो ग्रोथ करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, तो दिस डर्मिसिडीन विल रिमूव देम. सो यस, स्किन दिस हैविंग द एंटीबायोटिक प्रॉपर्टी. क्यूटेनियस सेंसेशन की बात करें, cutaneous sensation are the sensation that are arise in the skin, including the tactile sensation, जो टच होते हैं, टच कर सकते हैं, टच सेंस कर सकते हैं, प्रेशर को सेंस कर सकते हैं, वाइब्रेशन, टिकलिंग, as well as the thermal sensation like the warmth and coolness. So these all we can sense it. Another is the pain is there, indication of impending on actual the tissue damage. There is a wide variety of the nerve endings and receptors distributed throughout the skin, including the tactile tissues of the epidermis, the corpuscles of the touch in the dermis, and the hair root plexus around each hair follicles. So you can understand in there is a different uh, receptor is present in the dermis, so we can sense it. Then synthesis of vitamin D is another function of the skin. Synthesis of vitamin D requires the activation of a precursor molecule in the skin by the ultraviolet rays in sunlight. It is not started like that. When the ultraviolet rays comes and just countered on the skin, then there is the activation of the precursor molecules that will start the synthesis of vitamin D. Enzyme in the liver and the kidney then modify the activated molecules, finally producing calcitriol, that will be the most active form of vitamin D. After that, the enzyme and liver will play their role and they activate the molecules and produce the calcitriol. So calcitriol is a hormone that aid in the absorption of calcium in the foods from the GIT tract into the blood. Then this calcitriol will used as a absorption for the calcium. Calcium present in the foods coming in the GIT. So this calcitriol will help to absorb the calcium. Only a small amount of exposure to the UV light, about 10 to 15 minutes, at least twice a week, is required for vitamin D synthesis. सिर्फ 10 से 15 मिनट एटलीस्ट ट्वाइस अ वीक, एक सप्ताह में सिर्फ 10 से 15 मिनट 2 बार is enough to required for the vitamin D synthesis. Next will be excretion and absorption. The skin is normally has a small role in the excretion, the elimination of the substance from the body. We know the skin will also helping in the excretion, like the sweating are going to excrete, vest are going to excrete. The elimination of substance from the body and absorption, the process of material from the external environment into the body cell. Despite the almost waterproof nature of the stratum corneum, हालांकि हमारा जो stratum corneum है उसका नेचर कैसा है, waterproof है. 400 ml of water evaporates through it daily. तो भी 400 ml वाटर इसके थ्रू डेली क्या होते हैं, इवेपोरेट्स होते हैं. A sedentary person loses an additional 200 ml per day as a sweat. जो sedentary persons होते हैं वो lose करते हैं additional 200 ml per day as a sweat. और physically active person loses much more. जो physically persons हैं वो और ज़्यादा lose करते हैं because they are getting the sweat. So besides removing water and heat from the body, sweat also is the vehicle for the excretion of small amounts of salt, carbon dioxide. जब स्वेट निकलता है तो उसके थ्रू थोड़े थोड़े साल्ट और कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एंड ऑर्गेनिक मॉलिक्यूल्स भी निकलते हैं, जो दैट विल द रिजल्ट फ्रॉम द ब्रेकडाउन ऑफ द प्रोटीन्स अमोनिया एंड यूरिया. So these are the waste material can be also excreted through the sweat. Another will be the absorption of the water soluble. Skin absorption में भी help करती है. Through the skin absorbable is negligible. Water soluble substance through the skin is negligible. But lipid soluble materials can penetrate the skin. जो water soluble है वो तो नहीं जा सकते, but जो lipid soluble है वो penetrate कर सकते हैं skin को. Like the fat soluble vitamin A, D, E and K. Certain drugs will be there, gaseous oxygens, carbon dioxide, toxic materials that can be absorbed through the skin, like the acetone and carbon tetrachloride, salt, heavy metals, leads, mercury, arsenic, substances in the poison. Since topical steroids such as the cortisone are lipid soluble, they move easily into the papillary region of the dermis. These are the some quiz. So first question is the where are the sebaceous gland found? So yes, it is present in the dermis. So answer C is correct. Sebaceous gland will present in dermis. When a medicine is delivered via a patch attached to the skin, it is said to be delivered transdermally. Yes, it is a transdermal. Which of the following is not a sensory receptor of the skin? कौन से इसमें से स्किन की सेंसरी रिसेप्टर नहीं है? मेसेंजर, एपोक्राइन, रूट, नोक्योसेप्टिलियस. एपोक्राइन नहीं है, रूट है, प्लेक्सस विल एक्ट, नोक्योसेप्टर एक्ट एंड कॉर्पस तो है ही है. Which is a notable feature of the stratum corneum layer of the integument? स्किन की कौन सा ऐसा नोटेबल फीचर है स्ट्रेटम कॉर्नियम लेयर्स की? It consists, it is where melanocyte and keratinocyte are the rapid dividing. क्या कॉर्नियम में मेलानोसाइट और केराटिनोसाइट रैपिड डिवाइड करते हैं? स्ट्रेटम कॉर्नियम सबसे सुपरफिशियल लेयर. इट इज इनकरेक्ट. Is rich supplied with the blood capillaries? Nahi. It consists of keratin filled cell with glycolipid in between cell? Yes, it is correct. Next question. What is the protein that fills the outermost dead cell of the epidermis? What is the protein that fill the outermost dead cell of the epidermis? जो epidermis cells होती हैं, dead cells होती हैं, ऐसी कौन सी प्रोटीन है जो इनको फिल करती है? तो मिलेनिन इज प्रेजेंट, केराटिन इज प्रेजेंट, डर्मिन इज प्रेजेंट एंड गैंस्ट्रिन, बट डेड सेल किसकी बनी है? केराटिन की प्रेजेंट है। तो आंसर डी, केराटिन इज करेक्ट। What is the name given to the most superficial layer of the integument? Integument की सबसे most superficial layer कौन सी है? We know it will be start from the, if you're going too deep, it will be basal. If you're going from the superficial and top, it will be corneum. So yes, stratum corneum is there. Which of the following statements is incorrect? Pseudophorus gland secretes the sebum. It's yes, incorrect. Sebaceous gland secrete oil. Correct. Apocrine gland secrete the sweat. Correct. And the ceruminous gland secrete the serum. Correct. So answer A is correct here. Which cell type produces a pigment that afford the skin some protection against the ultraviolet radiation? So we know it is a melanocyte. So yes, answer B is correct. Which is the most superficial layer of the integument that also has the capillaries, lymphatic and sensory neuron? कौन से इंटेगुमेंट्स की लेयर होती है? रेटिकुलर डर्मल, पैपिलरी डर्मल, स्ट्रेटम ग्रेनुलोसम, स्ट्रेटम ल्यूसिडम. सो यस, इट्स अ पैपिलरी लेयर्स जिसमें कैपिलरीज होती हैं. सो आंसर बी इज करेक्ट. थ्री फंक्शन ऑफ द स्किन्स आर, कौन कौन से फंक्शन है स्किन्स की? स्टोर द फैट, ठीक है. प्रोड्यूस द स्वेट, ठीक है. रिसीव द स्टिमुलाई, क्या तीनों ठीक है? थ्री फंक्शन ऑफ द स्किन्स आर टू, फैट को स्टोर करना, स्वेट को प्रोड्यूस करना और स्टिमुलाई को रिसीव करना. नहीं, ए नहीं, सही नहीं है. बी, सिंथेसिस ऑफ विटामिन डी, एक्सक्रीट द बाइल, इट इज इनकरेक्ट. ना, it cannot receive the stimuli, it cannot receive the excrete the bile. And C, produce the keratin, assist in the immune response and produce lymphocytes, it is again incorrect. D, produce the myelin, correct. Secrete the sebum, correct. And minimize the water loss, correct. These are the functions. Now these are the reference, so you can go through these books and you can study well. Then we will, so now today lecture is going to end here, and we will meet again in the next class with some new topic. Till then, thank you.